go.
Here we go.
Live from Indiana. It's
Flock around the table.
What they said.
Yeah, right.
I'm Mika.
I'm Sue.
I'm Deb, and we're here this morning to talk to you from the table that we love so much on Sunday mornings.
Yeah, it's the food table.
Yeah, it is.
Breakfast table.
Because after we get done talking here and straightening up, we'll digest everything that we've talked about, and then she goes over there and makes us breakfast.
Yes.
Yeah, and it's usually a discussion as to what we want and everything.
No,
and,
not this morning.
no.
Oh, what is it?
Biscuits and gravy.
Oh, okay. Well, listen, that was
So
nice
it's already-
talking to you this morning. We're going to cut this a little short and go get biscuits and
Yeah,
gravy.
there's no talk about what you get.
She
this
makes
morning.
really good
Oh,
biscuits, and she
that
makes us
sounds
really
good to
good homemade bread and everything too. So we started this back with, well, she started feeding her because she always felt
Me.
She
Oh,
needed
Mika.
to have a real meal at
At
least once a week.
And then
I don't cook.
And then I traveled at the beginning of the year to Antarctica. How do you like that? That was really cool. Let me tell you, we'll talk about that some other time. And then I came back, and then next thing you know, we didn't get to be with anybody because they're like, go away and shut down. And so we kind of went out very, what's that? Where you kind of sneak around.
Surreptitious.
Okay, I can't say that.
Surreptitiously.
Whatever.
Okay, maple syrup we got together. And
Maple syrup. No, I can't do anything with maple syrup because she doesn't like maple syrup.
Oh, I don't like maple syrup.
oh,
That's right.
Well,
I
what
don't like-
syrup do you like?
None.
You don't eat syrup. You put that.
She
in
doesn't
nasty
do
Oh,
pancakes.
that's
or-
right. She really
Yeah,
doesn't.
because she doesn't
Okay,
like.
fine.
No, I don't
So
like
anyway,
that
I came back, and then we came in, and then I
like
kind of
coffee.
snuck in 1 week just to visit, and since then I've been a permanent fixture here. And
Yeah.
you know, now that the restaurant's
Kind of like that
open-
wart you can't get rid of.
Yeah, please, and that bad penny that keeps turning up.
The bad penny. The bad
Anyway,
penny.
so yeah, after this we will be having breakfast, and then we'll just kind of hang here for a little while, and then
Drink
we look
some
out the
coffee.
window and.
float
we're
away
like-
off a coffee.
Yeah, and then we're like,
Yeah.
okay, I have to go back to reality, and off we go. So, hope you guys all had a good week. Hopefully, we fixed all of our technical issues here.
I hope so. I'm trying. So,
So, last week, I think we went 30 some minutes, and the first week was 22. So, maybe this week we might actually get to the end.
Well-
we'll cut off before this cuts off.
I had to actually go into YouTube
Oh!
and search function. How do I make longer videos? And lo and behold, there's a tutorials on, what you're doing wrong. So I'm like, okay. So I had to download another app that lets you go longer than 30 minutes.
It must be that,
So hopefully.
that male that part of our bodies where we just don't want to go look for instructions.
Well, I thought I knew
because
what I was
guys
doing.
never look for instructions. I mean, my husband will drive 5 miles. I'm like, there it is over there. And he's like, okay, I'll turn around. And he must go about 5 miles before he turns around. Because
Well,
God
'cause you
forbid,
couldn't-
you got to
Couldn't
turn
turn
around.
before then.
Yeah, so anyway. He's driven by my driveway because I haven't told him to turn somewhere. Do you think I'm dominating? No, I don't think so. So anyway. Back to the issues at hand. So hopefully everybody had a good week. And this week I think we'll start with Mika because you've got tons of fun
you got all
stuff in
kinds
your
of fun
bag.
I got all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, she's been busy this week.
I have. I'm designing this new scarf, and I'm calling it goulash because as a child, my mother would make this one pan recipe that was browned hamburger, tomato sauce, and macaroni. Now, to me, these colors kind of remind me of goulash. So
I can see that.
you can see
I
that.
can see it.
Okay, this is it is some Lolodidit.
Again, our favorite gal.
She's
out
our
Yes.
girl.
in Las Vegas or Nevada.
The
she's
rust,
also
the model is Lolodidit, and the colorway is. Hang on, I think I have some with me.
Oh, she does.
It is called Bally Castle Bats.
Oh, I love the name. And it's her low original.
Yeah, and then
Bally? Is it? Oh yeah, Bally. I would have thought bully. And
the black is
nice, pretty cool, huh?
the black is black. I think it is.
Whatever. The biggie is the fun one.
Yeah, this is the fun one.
Yeah.
And then the red is some shades of red from a one of those gradient sets, mini skeins.
Kind of like the Wonderland ones.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So,
and this one, I'm about ready. If you can see, I'm about ready to figure out what I'm going to do to end it.
To bind off.
Yeah, to bind. Well, I'm going to do some kind of pattern and then bind off. But you can see that it's a pretty good size.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I have been working on this like crazy this week because it was more interesting than
Whatever you were working on.
anything else I had on needles. So,
Sometimes we get that way.
yeah, sometimes we get that way. So, that's goulash.
More on that to come later on another
Yes,
date.
when I get it written up and pictures and blocking.
Don't hold your breath. Okay, next.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes, I was done with that. Okay.
Pictures, blocking, test knitting.
Yeah.
All
I
that
do
jazz.
have Stormy out for a test knit.
Yay!
Yay.
Who's
Karen.
Karen's
Karen?
testing
Good.
it?
Karen's
Okay.
going to test it.
Good.
I got her the yarn. I just need to get her the pattern.
Okay.
This is new yarn that I just got this week from a dyer I hadn't ordered from previously. And the dyer is Legacy Fiber Arts. And the yarn is their Slub-A-Dub. And you can see why that's called Slub-A-Dub because it's got slubs. I'm thinking...
And dubs.
And dubs.
It's got slubs and dubs. See, it's kind of got a little texture
bumpy.
to it.
Yeah,
a bumpy
it's got
thing.
like little...
And here's their
warts.
little marker, Legacy Fiber Arts
And-
and Grinch. Now,
the colorway is Grinch.
okay, guys, would you think this is Grinch? I would think more like, I don't know, slime garbage.
You were going to say
Slime
slime
garbage.
You were going to say slime shit.
Well, slimy sludge or something. Oh, that's a good name.
Slime shit?
Slimy
No,
sludge.
slimy sludge.
Grinch is fine.
Oh.
Grinch is good. Grinch is good.
But you can call it slimy sludge.
When I get it done,
Yeah, we can call it
we'll
slimy
see.
sludge.
We'll see.
Yeah.
I bring these in. I find yarns to go with.
From our
And I have
stash.
we've got a stash going here at Sue's house.
It's growing.
That's because she's the only one that has room for it. All
And
of
a whole
ours.
room dedicated to yarn.
Yeah, there you go.
And I get it all planned out in my mind, and then I get more new yarn, and it just kind of slips to
It
the
morphs from
slips
there.
further down the line.
We need
Yeah.
to work on that. We need to stack your brain a little bit.
Good
No.
luck with that.
Yeah, that's not
Good
going to
luck
happen.
with that. I
That's
am
not,
not
that's not going to happen.
No. A
We don't want to
to-do list?
stifle the
A
creativity.
to-do list?
a to-do.
No, that
No.
that sounds like worse.
Oh, and the other one. Get the silky one out.
Oh, I wasn't going to do that
Oh,
this
no.
time.
Okay, never mind. You can't see that. Okay.
No, I'll do that next time.
Next time we can do that.
Yeah, I'll
so
do
we're- into the future, you'll have to keep coming back
I'll
because
try-
I think slimy. What did I call it? Slimy sludge.
Grinch.
Grinch.
She
Oh,
calls it Grinch.
Slub-A-Dub.
I'm gonna not call it Slub-A-Dub slimy sludge.
Well,
So Legacy Fiber Arts, put that on one
I'll
of your
put it
future
on
ones.
I'll put it in the
Yeah,
link.
that,
below.
Well-
that I told you. That could be our name today, slimy sludge shit. No, I'm kidding.
Mika, go.
uh,
Shut up, Deb.
I'm trying to order samples from new yarn dyers each week. If there's someone that you would like for us to take a look at, to order the yarn, to look at it, and then comment on it, put it in the comments, and I'll be happy to
To
get
see if
some
we can get
samples
some.
and check it out.
Right.
I know that I feel more comfortable ordering if I know someone who's purchased the yarn before and can attest to the quality.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
What are you wearing today?
I am
Yeah,
wearing.
what are you wearing?
I'm wearing Leading Men.
That's what I thought.
The yellow is nacho cheese.
Yes.
I do remember that. The multicolor is something else, and I don't remember what it was. The
remember
pattern
the
name
pattern?
is Kersey, Kersey, and I found it on Ravelry. I was weaving in the ends because I regularly get reprimanded because I don't weave in the ends.
She doesn't.
I do get reprimanded.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We recommend
Notice,
you.
ends woven.
No tail.
No tails. So anyway,
That's okay.
and so I just put it on and thinking that this is representation of something that I have actually completed.
And it's actually cooler this morning
Yes, so
than
it's
it has
appropriate.
been.
Yeah.
So
Well, I know, and plus I'm wearing beige, which is
pleasantly
just
surprised.
beige.
It adds some color to
It
the
does.
instance.
It does. It
Yeah.
brightens.
I was
Yeah.
going to put on one that I
Yeah.
had made, but I was very warm this morning, so it came right off. Said, okay, so that's for another time, you know.
Yeah,
Plus, I
well,
couldn't,
okay.
yeah. So anyway,
What are you working on, Sue?
this is cool.
As opposed to mine.
Well, yours is cool. Yours is.
It's okay.
It is fun. I like the colors.
I think that'll be great. Like October, November. That's totally, you know.
that's a fall.
It's
that's
a fall.
color thing.
Yeah.
Yes.
It is.
Yeah. And
It'll go
it's a
great
good
with
color. We go with black, red. Yeah, you can do a lot
Blue
with
jeans
it. Yeah, blue jeans.
and a t-shirt. Blue jeans and a white t-shirt would be great with that.
Oh yeah.
Do I have to tuck the t-shirt in?
No.
Oh, thank God.
Never.
Heaven forbid, no.
Never.
I don't tuck in.
Mm-mm. I don't even do that half tuck in. Because
Oh,
if
like
I wear
the
a half tuck in,
the tan tuck.
yeah, where the is that
Yeah,
what-
The tan tuck,
Yeah.
where you
Wait,
just tuck
with
the front part in.
No,
Yeah.
no. For me, I need to tuck the back part in.
Keep
the
the
front
front
part needs to be covered because even though the back part needs to be covered as well, but you know, I'm walking away, so I can't see the look on their face when they're looking at the backside. But I can usually see their face when I'm
gosh.
coming through. So anyway,
You know, it's their problem.
I know.
Yeah, I figure if they don't like looking at it, they don't have
Don't
to
look.
That's true.
Just
That's-
don't
But
look.
we have
my
gotten
thought.
better because, you know, a lot more models are, you know, they put
Real size?
Real size. I
Real
think they
size
finally
models,
got the memo that said,
Yeah.
hey, people in this world are not size 2.
I give a
Well,
lot
did
of
you ever
credit
order
to Dove.
from like Lane Bryant? I mean, you'd look on Lane Bryant, you know, and all the models were like a 12, were like 10s. You know
Well,
what I mean?
that's
The whole
big
thing.
size.
but
well, yeah,
in the
but-
modeling world, that's
Oh, yeah, that's huge.
That's plus
But
size.
then, you
plus
know, you
size.
get this thing home and you've ordered it in some double digit, you know, up at the other end, and you look at it and you're like, you know, you're looking at it and you're going, oh my God, this is not what, and you take the picture and you're looking and you're going,
It doesn't look at all like
no,
that.
it's like, okay, I can put this on my camper. You know what I mean? So it was
Reupholster the
they,
chair.
They either go from this size to like, you know, depending on
Oh.
who makes it. So anyway,
These guys
so
crack me
she's
up.
go ahead.
I
Do you remember what you're doing here?
I don't even know. Okay, so was it even just last year? Was it just last year when I went up there? At any rate,
I don't know what you're talking about,
Well,
so I
I
don't
went
know
up,
what
I
it
went
was.
up
To
to
Rhinebeck.
visit. I went up to visit Leah in Michigan. Hi, Leah. I know you're watching.
Hi, Leah.
Hi, girls.
And we went to go. We managed to get tickets to see to meet the grocery girls.
Right.
Cool.
When you
And-
went up to
yeah.
yeah.
We went to Wool and Honey.
About a year ago.
Yeah, it had to have been about
Yeah.
a year.
Yeah,
About a
because
year ago.
Leah's only been gone about a year.
Yeah. It's about a year
Well,
ago.
and
Or-
yeah, so we did that just before we went to Rhinebeck in the fall. So,
Ah.
so at any rate, I went up there. We did the grocery girl thing by the shore. It was fun. But our little group that was going to Rhinebeck decided that, and it wasn't little. There was a lot of us. There's a thing at Rhinebeck where you do the sweaters, matching sweaters, and all this
Right.
garbly gunk. But some of us are not sweater knitters, i.e. me. I've only made one sweater, and like there was no way I was going to get a sweater made in like
time.
a month.
Yeah.
So we decided that we were going to do colorwork hats, and we would all wear our colorwork hats. So I found out about this colorwork hat while I was up in Michigan, and so Plucky was at Wool and Honey that weekend. And I had never used Plucky before, so I said, well, I'll just pick up yarn for my hat at Plucky. Well, I needed 3 colors for the pattern. Because the pattern for the hat is cardamom coffee hat. It's gorgeous. I don't have it in front of me right now, but so these are the colors that I chose for my hat. Pink,
Cool.
which is my favorite color in the world, and then brown because
Pink and brown go
pink
great.
and brown go great. And then there was this like accent color that runs through the middle of it. And I picked up. First I had bright neon yellow.
Oh, I like this green.
But I do like that green.
And I really wanted something that was totally off the wall and unexpected. And then I found this acid green. So I did the hat.
It goes with my Grinch.
And I thought, well, geez, Louise, I just spent $100 for a freaking hat. But I did the hat, and then I did another hat for my daughter because she went along with me in stash yarn. And so now I have this. This is what I have left over. And so I decided to make a shawl to go with the hat. And I have made this pattern before in red and gray.
Mm-hmm.
Love it. It's great.
It's beautiful.
It's fantastic. It's an easy knit called Bendiero by Charlotte Borey. It's on Instagram, or not Instagram. It's on Ravelry. But it's a great little shawl, and I have it just barely started. So
it looks like a point. So it kind of looks like an arrow.
Yeah, and then it goes into short rows, and so
I think this pattern was at the beginning of that arrow type. You know what I mean? The longer, shorter type center. Well, you know where they make
the asymmetrical.
Yeah, the asymmetrical
kind of thing.
Where it's not your standard, not like yours is a standard V shape,
right?
Okay, this is more like a shape like this.
It's like
with the color. It still goes this way, but the colors are up here and
Don't
over
let us
here.
get in your way.
So,
yeah, don't let me get in your way by it.
I did use deodorant this morning, so okay.
It's asymmetrical, so you go for quite a ways, and then you do some short rows, and so it ends up being more.
Do you have a drawing in the back? Oh,
well, it's more like this.
See what I mean? This is what I'm talking about. The start of where it was longer on one side and shorter on the other side. See,
You want it closer? Can you see it right there?
I can see it.
yeah, we can see it better there. God forbid we look at it. No, we have to go up there and look at it.
So yeah. So at any rate,
well, I was thinking
these
of
are
all
all
our fans.
These are all plucky. The brown is called Solo. And the green is Alligator Hill, and unfortunately, I don't know where the tag is for the pink one.
The pink is probably something
pink,
soft and plush,
blush,
yes.
Something like that. Yeah. So
cheeky plush.
But it's plucky knitter.
it's plucky. Yeah.
plucky. I love
Plucky.
these.
I'll have to. Should I
Plucky.
look at that?
Plucky is fantastic.
I may have to order some.
Yeah.
Well, you have some right here, so
Okay, I don't need to order
you
this.
don't need to order this because we already
some.
have it.
Oh,
We
thank
already
God.
have it.
You should see this one when we go to when we used to go. Not that they do these shows. When we were in Asheville, the same way she goes. She's like, look at how cool this one is, and look at how cool this one is. Look at this name. Yeah, we did it in Columbus too. She picks up the best ones, like the fluffy.
Oh
Nubby.
yeah,
I mean, she runs
The
around
Nubby
and,
Grinch.
the brightest colors.
I have to admit, it's going to those things like your Vogue knitting and those things. They are very interesting because you get to see so much all at once. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's not like, okay, where did I see Legacy Fiber Arts on the internet? Where did I? You don't have 18 tabs open on your computer trying to figure
No,
out where
you
you're
have
at.
18 vendors, and then you go.
Oh, which
What
aisle
row?
was
Which one
that?
was that? Which vendor had that one that was really
Yeah,
cool?
see what we need
Then
to
I
do.
end up having to go back and
Yeah.
The yarn
Okay.
that I bought at the Vogue
Right,
in Columbus.
Columbus.
Yeah, we need to bring that in and
Oh yeah.
show it off because that's
Fiber optic.
yeah,
Yeah, that was amazing.
and that's here.
Plus, that was really close to where we were parking it, so it was so easy to go back over there and shop. You didn't
Well,
have to go
and
far.
we had and I assume this is true of a lot of yarn conventions or conferences or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
There was a big
yarn cons.
yarn, yeah. There was a big area with tables and chairs and food vendors, and we kind of staked out our table and went back and forth
Right.
from the booths to the table, and Deb would come back with something and I'd go, oh, where'd you get that? And then I'd go and
She'd go
look
and then
at it, and then
she'd come back with something different, and then Jenny would show up, and then
Yeah.
Sharon showed up, and then we'd all kind of congregate, and then some lady at another table picked something up, and
And
we'd
you
be like,
meet people
oh
there.
my find that? So we'd all scatter, leaving everything we owned right there on the table because we had to go get that yarn.
Well, yeah. So it was all about the yarn.
It is.
So yeah, but that was great fun. I hope that we can get beyond the pandemic so that we can go back to those kinds of things.
That was fun.
Because I know that we were planning on going to Chicago.
Right, to YarnCon, which is like they say it's one of the best ones ever.
Yeah,
it's been going on forever. It's in a plumbers union building. How do you like that? Pretty cool.
Yeah, and I've seen video of it. They apparently have a balcony area and then a lower area.
Yeah.
And
it's sort of like, it reminds me of in the spring, they have a sewing one down in Paducah, Kentucky, a big quilting one. And it sort of reminds me of that. And, some years it's like massive and other years it's just really nice and intimate. But I really was looking forward to going to YarnCon this year.
Yeah, I was too.
And the darn bug got us. So unfortunately,
luckily the bug didn't get any of us.
No, didn't get us.
But it impacted all of us.
Got us here.
Yeah,
it got us as a country.
Well, as a world.
All over the place, yeah. So.
I'm moving to New Zealand because they apparently have got this licked.
I think I'm going to go Iceland because they've got it licked too. They had
It's going to be a heck of a lot warmer than you are.
Yeah, but I'm always hot, so I'm okay.
I'd rather be cold.
Yeah, I'm going to Iceland.
But I can scuba dive in New Zealand.
Yeah. Well, you can scuba dive up there. You can go in
and
you can go to the caves and you can. Yeah, they do a lot of that stuff.
No,
it was great.
thank
I
you.
loved Iceland. It was really good. The other thing is their yarn. For them, they think it's good. I found it a little scratchy because I'm very used, and they're not into the sock yarn like we are, the fingering weight.
Yeah.
Because they do, but they line a lot of their things, so it really doesn't matter, and I think that corset
yarn. What do they
yarn
line it with?
They, like in their hats,
fleece.
The band is this really nice soft fleece. They always line right here. That touches their head. And some of the mittens are the same way. They line
Then why don't they use the fleece to make yarn?
Because fleece is is not a yarn thing.
Why not?
Because it just isn't. That's just the way life is. You just can't question some things. She's asking me. I have no idea. We did go to a different
place. It's a fabric. It's not a yarn. It's a fabric.
It's not.
It's a fabric.
Fleece is too.
Yeah, fleece is
You're
too.
You're thinking felt.
No, I'm not. I'm thinking fleece.
Felt
that fuzzy
is
stuff.
fabric.
Why couldn't you use that and spin it into a yarn?
Well, I don't know. We'd have to ask them.
Answer that question.
Marsha.
That's our girl.
That's our spinner.
She has a spinner, and now Carlye started to spin.
Yeah, so I got a picture of Carlye. I'm gonna probably put it on Instagram because she came over and spun yesterday. She spun yesterday.
She did some.
Did you
spinning?
Did you videotape?
No, I didn't video. I thought of it. But she's camera shy.
Yeah, she
So
is.
I had to sneak the photo of her spinning. Yeah.
Except she was a model.
I did ask her permission to put it on Instagram, though, and she said it was okay.
Same thing. She didn't tell the group that she was a model for one sweater pattern that was put on Ravelry.
Yeah,
and I'm looking through, and it was free last weekend, and when it first came out,
what is it?
Oh, I can't remember the name of it. I'd have to look through my phone for a week because you guys are very prolific on your WhatsApp.
Yeah.
But anyway,
speaking of which,
I was going down. I was looking at the way the pattern, the way she knitted it with the colors, because it's got a stripe that goes across the sleeve
diagonally.
That goes really nice across the sleeve. And the colors that she chose for the main picture were like a blue with a bunch of primary colors. Very nicely done.
I haven't seen it.
And
I think she's hallucinating.
No, I'm not.
No, she's probably not.
I'm not. And I texted, and then I got down to the bottom, and I thought, oh my God, that person looks like Carlye. Thinking,
sure enough, it is.
So I sent a note to Carlye saying, hey, is that really you? And she's like, yeah, it's me. And I said, yeah, and I could just tell just from the way that she wrote it, like, yeah, it's me. And so I want to get to, planning.
She heard the tone.
Mm-hmm, I did. You can tell when somebody texts you back, right? Like
you can hear the tone.
So anyway, I asked her, and so I did put it out on Instagram. I mean, on our WhatsApp last week.
Were you here yesterday?
No.
No, I had a family thing yesterday.
That's right.
Carlye, Colleen, Mary.
Oh, okay. I have a question to ask you, which is totally not knitting related.
Go for it.
Were your hands sore yesterday?
Oh my gosh, I thought I was going to die. And this morning,
And that's why it
too.
was-
They've gotten
yeah.
a little better now
Yeah.
this morning. But it was,
Okay.
this morning when I woke up, it was 100% humid.
Arthritis in my hands.
I would be
Because
surprised.
yesterday, they were so painful. I was taking Tylenol all day. I mean, today they're
Yeah.
much better.
Yeah.
But, you know,
Yeah, they
I've
hurt
never
yesterday.
had,
They hurt
But I
mine
thought
too
if-
yesterday.
yeah, so you're my diagnostician.
Yeah.
I can, if,
Well, I'm the, my hands are the weather
typically it's my,
weather advisory.
typically
We call
it's my
Sue.
ankle.
Hey, look,
Yeah.
there's
But my
rain.
ankle was fine, but my hands were just like, oh my God.
We are knitting a little bit more than what we usually
I am
do,
knitting
so,
more,
yeah.
but this
I'm
was
not.
this is was above and beyond. This was painful.
Painful,
This
yeah.
was Tylenol worthy.
Right.
Yeah.
And I don't take Tylenol
Unless you have
No,
to.
you
unless
don't.
I don't. And
I don't either. I prefer the hard stuff.
I thought about liquor, but then I thought,
No,
maybe
no, no.
not.
I mean the major pharmaceuticals.
Yeah,
Anyway,
you're a druggie.
but I wanted to ask you because I knew that if you were in pain, that was
Oh,
probably
yeah.
what it was.
Yeah.
that
I
has
know
a lot
I
to do
have
with
some
it.
in my back, but my hands had never been an issue before. So
Yeah. I woke up
Okay.
this morning and Jamie goes, your hand's hurting this morning? And I go, yeah. And he goes, it's 100% humidity. That would be why. And I was like, that seems weird because it was cooler out. But our little thingy,
Did say
maybe it was just.
And yesterday
leftover
was the storm rolled through. I blamed it on the storms that rolled through.
Yeah.
yeah, because it's been
'Cause the
so
pressure could've-
warm,
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
the pressure changes, and then that temperature drops. and you
It's
get that
just
thing.
amazing outside right now. I mean,
It's
Yeah.
gorgeous.
It was in this.
it's not even 70 yet, or
No, and I would have done this outside today.
It
might
is
have been
70.
cold.
But might have been a little chilly.
And I'm a fragile flower.
I know. But also because it stormed and I didn't get my cushions brought in, so we would have had
And it
soggy
did rain.
bottoms.
It rained quite a bit
Isn't that
last
a place in
night.
Washington, Soggy
Soggy
Bottom?
bottom.
Maybe it's Foggy Bottom.
It is foggy bottom.
There is soggy bottoms in the that one movie, the Soggy Bottom Boys.
Oh,
Okay.
and in British
what I'm talking
baking, you
about.
can't have a soggy bottom.
That's true
And
because
what?
Soggy bottom.
British
baking
Bake Off?
company.
Oh yeah, you can't have a soggy bottom.
Yeah,
when
that
you're
Mary,
baking.
they always turn things over, and Paul, let's look at soggy bottom here. You know, can't have soggy bottom, and everybody talks about the soggy bottom. It's so funny. They just, never mind.
see how this goes.
I'm going to
See
my
how this
yard.
goes? Yeah,
I don't have
what-
anything amazing this week. I didn't get any colors like slimy sludge or Grinch.
Grinch.
I just bought gray and black from Stephen and Penelope in Stephen West. It's Stephen and Penelope. It's West Wool in Amsterdam, but they always Penelope must be somebody. I gotta do a little more research. But everything when you order, it's always Stephen, like his yarn on his.
yeah.
And I think Stephen and Penelope
Now you ordered that from Amsterdam?
from Amsterdam.
How
from
quickly
this
did it
factory.
come?
I ordered it last Sunday and I had it on Thursday.
That's amazing.
I
They're
know.
fast.
I have been avoiding out of country dyers for that because I
Is
was
that the reason?
concerned about
Customs and
customs and delivery time.
The bright colors that I ordered, very neon, your typical orange, yellow, pink, green, that I ordered to do his painted bricks hat.
Take it out of the plastic.
Oh, plastic. Okay. He's done a whole
nice
series
little
with this
flare.
painted bricks, and I'm hesitant because it can be a bit confusing. But I thought, oh, the hat, I think I can get done, and then I'll decide from there. So, and there you go. So now you can kind of see it a little better. And this one, I don't think the picture's as good. His other ones, he used either a navy or a black for the main color, and then a bunch of things. So these little ones could actually be, leftovers.
Is that
you know,
color?
or
Yeah,
something.
absolutely.
is it color work or is it in Tarja?
No, it's
or whatever that's
it's
called.
I don't want to give too much away yet. You kind of like break and then pick up. So yeah, it's more. I would say color work.
Okay.
I think you ought to make 3 of those hats.
You think so? Okay. Well, maybe if I can get one done.
Well, if
And then we
have
could-
the
we
yarn
could
for
sit
it.
here
we
together.
could sit here together in the Stephen
Oh, we
West
could
hat.
in the Stephen West hats. We could always.
And then we
do
could
that.
talk about his
because
yarn.
we all look so good in hats.
Oh yeah,
absolutely.
It makes my hair just go so nicely done.
And it makes it's like I
have to
add
make
up
mine
here and it
last
makes.
so that there's a
It
hole
lets
in the
everything
top.
falls to here.
I know.
I know, it's terrible. My hair goes, yeah, anyway, so I ordered this because I thought that would really be cool. And then they sent me a bag too, just because they're super, super nice, I think. But anyway, they're really
Well,
cute.
I think that they knew that we were going to be showing it on our video.
I think they've heard about Flockaround.
And I've heard
Of
that
course
this,
they have.
I've heard that this is not called a podcast because a podcast is audio. This is a
YouTube?
webcast.
Okay, so we're a webcast, guys.
Whatever.
And just
I heard
been
that
working
somewhere.
this week
A
on my
YouTube video.
mittens. And they're
Yeah.
both
Oh,
at
you're
this
not
phase.
done with them? You said last
No.
week you were going to be done with them.
I know, but I was planning
She
doing
lied.
other crap.
She
I
lied.
did.
What are those? Mitts?
Yeah, but I did get new
Fingerless mitts,
needles.
right?
Wait, check these out, guys. I got new needles. They're called Collage, Kollage. Just got them. We'll
That's
fill you in
collage.
next week, Collage. And I just got them, and this is metal, and it's bent. So when you're knitting,
Oh, and
these
the
little
round-on
ones,
small ones, you
your
don't have
hands
that
don't
stretchy
grab up.
thing.
Yeah, and
How big?
these are 9-inch.
9-inch?
Yeah. Wait, you're gonna take my entire
Huh.
unravel.
I
They're
like
pretty
that.
cool.
So they're bent a little
They're
bit.
bent a little bit, so far they've been really comfortable with the
Good.
fingers. So
good.
we'll see.
Because those of us with crippled hands,
Yeah.
you don't.
I think of the three of us, I have the worst crippled
You
hands.
do. You do. I will totally attest to that because mine, I think, is a part of it due to overuse. But I haven't figured out how to feed myself without using my hands.
So,
Well, if mine was overuse, it is definitely from typing.
Yeah.
Not from knitting.
Yeah.
I wish.
so that's what we have for this week. Nothing else major going on. Hot, sticky. You'd think it was August here in Indiana. So
No, let's.
Well, it's July, and you and I should be on the beach right now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you guys should be.
Yeah, Sue would be doing this on her own because we would be down. What's he? And it's in the morning, so she would be probably
I'd be
down under
diving.
the water. In about another hour or so, I'd go down and wait. I'd be sitting up there watching for the boat to come in, and then I'd head down and meet her with her nice Corona, and we'd.
The beer, not the virus.
Yeah. I'm not gonna, that's so unfair for the beer. I mean,
I don't know.
really.
I don't know that it's going to deter
I would-
anybody.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to do anything for it, but still, I mean, you know.
And this is a shout out to Maritz Tortuga Club, which is the resort that I go to, and I've
She's tagged along.
I took Deb with me last year, and then who announced after the first couple of days is. She said, okay, now next year when we come down, and I think we should bring, and, had a whole list. So I took from that conversation that she wanted to return at least one more time.
Right, and if her grandchildren are watching this, you're not getting this when she departs.
Okay,
When she can't go, I'm still going. So you can.
well, you
have
can
it
go
when
as
I
well.
can. Yeah, but no. I mean,
Yeah.
no, I don't. No.
We'll
They
figure
can have
out.
it when because I'm.
They don't take a lot of. Well, they don't. They do
But
take
they
up
might.
space.
Yeah, they
but
might
we
want to
can
bring
figure
friends and things like that when they get to college and
well,
stuff.
yeah, and I don't know that.
They could be like the guys upstairs. There were these guys upstairs.
I don't
Oh
think
my
so
God.
because
They were on the 5th floor walking on the railing. They were so wasted. I kept thinking in the
when-
morning I was going to find them in the sand at the
lying at the
bottom. you know?
bottom.
Yeah, I really did.
Well, at least they had sand to fall on and not
Oh no,
concrete.
there's a lot of coral and
Yeah, and
cement
rock.
and rocks
Yeah,
and
so.
anyway,
It
this
It wouldn't have been too messy because the blood would have seeped into the sand.
that's
So
true, and they clean the beach every
And they-
morning.
right. So they would have
Oh,
cleaned all that
see,
up. So
yeah.
you know, and if
Wouldn't
he
even
did fall,
our
he
body.
might have been gone. So by
Absolutely
then,
more
yeah.
This is a resort I have gone to for over 25 years. I went there the first time with a friend, and after about 3 days, I said to my friend, "Do you think that they'll let me buy one of these condo units?" And she assured me that they would, in fact, be happy to take my money.
And they did.
And they did. They took my money. Each year for several years, I upgraded my unit that I was using until the point where I ended up with 2 units, which equals 2 weeks. And I've kind of stuck there because my grandchildren, I used to take my mother and my children. My children have become very busy and parents and all of that jazz. And
Besides, it's just not cool right now. To be
it's going to be cool next summer because they've already decided. But Deb decided that she would go with me, and we just had a ball.
We did.
My first concerns were, can we get along for 2 weeks solid? And indeed we could.
We did fine.
And we want to take Sue, but Sue doesn't like to fly and doesn't like the ocean. Other than that,
I'm fine flying.
okay, doesn't like the ocean.
It's really hot.
I'm a
sticky, though.
snobby flyer. I'm a
That's
super
your problem.
snobby flyer. I'm one of those geeks that loves first class.
Well, they have first class flights.
Yeah, well, my bank account can't
Yeah.
necessarily afford it every time
Yeah.
I want to go somewhere and go
Yeah.
first class.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just
See, domestic, I'm okay. Usually 4 hours is my limit. I'm going across the pond, it's definitely business class or I gotta have.
so
yeah.
you're just
I'm a
that's not
snobby.
just a snobby.
See,
Yeah,
I'm
I am.
trooper. I can do tourist class all the time.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah.
when I get there, and it's typically, a couple of hours. It's not a huge flight.
No, it's not a long flight. I mean, you're
I could
there.
probably
You went from
tolerate
Chicago,
it.
and I think it's
In the
about
back of the
an
bus.
hour south of Miami, Grand Cayman. If you're going out of Miami, it's
Yeah.
about an hour flight.
But
it's
out of
like
Chicago-
it's like up down.
And-
When you're going out of Miami.
But years ago, almost 30 years ago, my husband and I learned how to scuba dive. And at the time, I didn't quite understand why we were doing this, but my husband has since passed, and it's something that I've continued to do over the years and truly, truly love. We laugh about the fact that when we're down there, there's a lot of fresh fish to eat. And I don't eat fish because I've been swimming with the fish.
Right, she does.
So, but it's one of my passions, and I'm feeling withdrawal symptoms because I haven't been able to go this year, and
I'm
we
gonna
actually
do it
should be
anyway.
there right now.
Yes, it was planned for these 2 weeks. And
Remind me to never take you cow tipping because we don't want to take hamburger off of your menu.
oh God, yeah, that's true.
She's been
know.
cow
Oh
tipping.
my
She
gosh,
wouldn't eat
you
any
wouldn't
cow.
I actually eat a
But
lot of
she might
chicken, so
fish.
don't be picking on the chickens.
Yeah, right.
She might eat fish that week though, because we've tipped the cows
Can't
over.
tip
so
the
you
cows.
should-
Oh,
Have you ever been cow tipping?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm from the Midwest.
Yeah,
so
me
I-
too.
I'm from the
You
Midwest.
never went cow tipping?
I never tipped a cow.
Oh my gosh, it's hysterical.
It's hysterical. It's really fun. We'll get into
I
that
fell
some
down
other
a
time.
hay chute.
Oh, hey, we didn't cut off. Look
no,
at this.
see,
And
It's
we're
still
doing
going.
pretty good, and it's
Still
about
going.
on the time. So
We're not timing this, are we?
No, we're not timing
No,
it.
but I don't want to bore them completely. So
I don't.
I think
Well,
we're-
if they're bored, they can turn it off.
okay.
So, all
Anyway,
right.
we've
So,
been on it for
Cow
now
tipping.
almost 35 minutes.
Okay, let's go back to cow tipping. Now that's just a matter of going out and pushing a cow over, isn't it?
No,
well, once they're asleep, they sleep standing up.
right.
So when they're asleep, you can tip them over.
How do you know? They have their eyes closed? How do you know they're asleep?
Their tail doesn't do this. They
You were
just
so
stays.
full of baloney.
I
No,
don't know.
I'm not. I grew up in the
I
Midwest.
honestly don't know.
I did too, and I don't know anything about.
You can tell. I mean,
My
how do you know when your kid's sleeping or not faking it? You can just tell.
Listener, she's yelling at you. So
She's
I
yelling at me.
have a question for you. What have
Now,
you
a pig,
been
you
watching?
can tell they're sleeping.
What have you been watching this week? What have you been
On
binge
Netflix?
watching? Yeah.
I
Yeah,
have
yeah.
been binge watching.
Been watching.
There's 3 that I've been binge watching, and they're oldies. One is I started at season 1 with NCIS.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
And I've
the
been going-
original.
Yeah, and I've been going all the way
Abby
through.
Shudo.
Yeah, and Ziva and all those guys, and I'm up to season
And Michael
10.
Weather.
You're up to
Weather-
season 10.
I'm up to season 10. So
Holy
I
buckets. Yeah, you've been binging a lot on that one.
well, I've been doing it for several weeks now. The
Okay.
other one is Criminal Minds, which is another oldie but goodie. And I'm up to, I don't know what season I'm on. And the third one is one that I wasn't familiar with, and that's Supernatural.
Oh, that's another oldie but goodie.
Yeah,
No,
I
yeah.
think it is, but I'd
Yeah.
never seen it before.
Right.
Other than that, I saw a movie last night whose name it really wasn't all that remarkable, so I don't remember the name of it.
Right.
So,
The great thing about those nowadays, or before, like when you had it, like you had to pay for a movie on your TV, or whatnot, when you did a pay-per-view.
Yeah.
And it ended up being like a not so great movie, but you still felt obligated to watch the whole thing because you paid $6 for it or whatnot. Right. Now with Netflix or Amazon Prime or Hulu or whatever it is you have, you can start it in like 15 minutes and you're like, this, I'm gonna just turn it off and go to the next one.
So like on Tuesdays when we used to go to the movies and everything, we'd read about it and we'd all be like, yeah, that sounds like a good one. And then you get there and none of us we'd sit there like this going.
Yeah, and I think, I paid for this?
And we're like, who chose this? This is the dumbest thing I've ever seen.
It was usually me.
One of us. Or, we saw in the previews, you saw the best part of the movie. And it looked really good. I mean,
that seems to be like a lot of movies.
Yeah, there was one. And then there were other ones we just kind of picked because it was just like the one that I recall was the Beale Street one, where the gentleman is in prison and stuff.
Yeah.
And that was an amazing story that at first was like, we'll go see it. The Beale
something on Beale Street.
And it was an exceptionally good movie, And then I liked Ford versus Ferrari. Don't get me wrong. I thought it was a good movie. It's just that it was like, I didn't think it was, Golden Globe, Academy Awards, over some of the other ones we had seen.
Did it end up being?
Yeah, it got an award.
Yeah. The one that really stands out in my mind is Peanut Butter Falcon.
Oh, love that. If
you
see it.
I haven't seen it.
It's about a Down syndrome boy who is in a small town, ends up in a nursing home because they don't have any place to put him. Yeah. And who escapes to meet this wrestler that he has seen on these reruns of TV over and over. And he meets up with this other guy who's kind of on the run as well.
LaBeouf, and who's not bad to look at.
And they make a friendship, and he actually... It's an amazing story.
Yeah,
just the whole story. And at first, when you kind of see some of the previews, you're thinking, is he not treating that kid correctly? And I'm sure a social worker, no offense, don't send any notes or letters. I'm sure, people would say, okay, that's really not the right way to do it, because he was very frank with the child and everything.
No, I disagree with you.
But the kid went off and did his thing. And he learned so much, and he was just so...
He treated him like another human being.
Yes, I think that was enough.
And didn't make exceptions.
Right.
Didn't make exceptions for his disability.
Yeah.
He, and I, being an old special education teacher, I watch movies like that, and I'm very critical because very often the characters aren't played true to form. And this was, the gentleman who played the Down syndrome individual did in fact have Down syndrome.
Yes.
So
it was really, if you see it, it's worth sitting down and watching because it's just a wonderful, innocent story about people who become friends and you would never think become friends. I've been doing Homeland again this week. It's gotten weird again, so I don't know. I'm buzzing through some of that. But I like the spy game things. I read a lot of those. One of my favorite characters forever reading is Vince Flynn and Jack Ryan. Jack Ryan is like
Who was the first one?
Vince Flynn is the author, and he writes this character Mitch Rapp, who is like a CIA, guy, and. Yeah, and so
read my shirt.
And so,
by the way, if you know what my shirt means, put it in the comments. Don't either of you?
I have no idea. What does it mean?
Oh, I can't read it.
It says dildo. No. I didn't mean to say that. Sorry, that she looked like an okay.
I don't know what it means.
Dilligaff.
I have no idea.
All right. Well, put it in the comments below if you know what it is, and I'll tell these ladies
after we
later.
Yeah.
It'll be a secret.
Yeah. Any of you military folks would know what this is.
I'm surprised they don't know because
right?
I read a lot of military.
Know?
But
Yeah.
I'm laughing because I know there are people out there that know exactly what it means.
That are rolling on the floor.
Yeah,
going,
they are.
Oh
They're
my
going,
God.
oh my God, that knitter has that on. Oh my God, that's hysterical. Yeah.
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 Okay.
So what I have been watching this week, and maybe it spilled into last week too, but a couple of years ago, Jamie and I we binged on Vikings, which was a History Channel series about the Vikings.
Oh.
Okay. And it's, I don't know, like 8 seasons or something. And the first 5, 6 seasons of it was really good. Like super good. But it verges on being kind of like Saving Private Ryan, where it's very graphic.
Yeah.
So it was really weird that they showed it on the History Channel, and now you can watch it on either Amazon or Netflix. I'm not sure, one or the other, but
I've flashed by it.
But now there's another series called, and I think there's like 4 seasons, called The Last Kingdom, and some of the characters
In Vikings?
from Vikings are intermingled in Last Kingdom, so you get.
They play those type of characters well. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Is that shades of Game of Thrones?
Huh? What? No. What?
I meant, is it similar to?
Shades of Thrones here.
There's kings, and I mean, it's more historically accurate than Game of Thrones.
Oh,
Game of Thrones is
not based on
magical.
It's imaginary.
Imaginary. I think this is more historically accurate, although I don't think it's 100% accurate.
Yeah.
But I haven't really.
But
like, there's King Edward, and
I think I'm related to him.
We are?
No.
And
Not him.
the History Channel one, Vikings, that is historically accurate.
You know what I watched?
At least I think so.
Was a
If I'm wrong, let me know.
I watched a PBS series called Finding Your Roots, and that was just fascinating.
Mm-hmm.
It's the MC is Henry Louis Riley, I think. Anyway, so they go back and find the ancestors for a variety of well-known people.
Sure, yeah.
And it was fascinating. The people who were of African descent, typically they could get back to the slave, the original slave, but beyond that couldn't go any further because those records were never kept.
Sure.
But one of the people they did research on, they found the original African immigrant because there was a census and they had come over and were named and asked, on the census form it asked country of origin and it said Africa.
Okay, cool.
So
did you do your census too, by the way?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, months
Jamie
ago.
did mine. Jamie did ours. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if you haven't done it,
If you haven't done your census,
I've been
do your
counted.
census.
I've been counted.
PSA announcement, do your census.
It's okay. I figure. I don't. You're supposed to make sure you do it, and it's supposed to just. I kept getting notices that told me in postcards kept saying,
so Tori,
hey.
do your census.
Yeah, so it's like, hey, do your census, and I'm thinking, how the heck do you know I didn't do it? You know what I mean?
Well, and they apparently didn't know because I kept getting them after I had done it.
Yeah, me too, because I did it online.
Yeah, I did too.
So, and then I got the whole form again in the mail, and I thought, well, I must have just crossed over. That's all.
I just threw it away because
I figured it was a government agency not talking to each other, because that's what they do.
It'd be the same government agency not talking to themselves.
Yeah, but it's a different department, probably a different
But
floor.
it's
and
one
they might have to
hand
walk
that
around
needs to talk to the other
and they
hand.
don't do that. So whatever. And speaking of hands. Okay, we've been on long enough. We've bored
I think
you.
so.
We've
Have we
told
been on
you what you
Have we
need
been
to
on?
know.
Have we been on?
Yeah,
I'm hungry.
And me too.
Oh,
and,
yeah. Biscuits
I
and
have to
gravy are
depart for
calling me
another
and
room.
my coffee's almost gone.
Yeah, and I have to depart to the other room. So, ladies and gentlemen and people, see you
People
all
of
next
all
week.
ages.
This is so cool.
Like,
This
we
is
actually
cool.
made it to the end of the
And we
video
get
and it
to
didn't shut off.
we don't have an ending plan because we all just assume
Yeah, right.
it's going to be, like, hello, like the Stooges. Ooh.
Oh, no.
No.
Do they go goodbye?
I'm not.
No.
No.
No, we do need to have like a
Yeah, we don't.
Okay, so
And then-
we'll figure out a side off.
Yeah,
when we're eating
something
breakfast,
something
which is kind of
meaningful
silly.
and
So we'll do
and-
that. So anyway, see you all next week.
Hasta la vista, baby.
Have a good one.
Bye.
Bye.